these things, the business. Yeah, well, I found out you was in the help. That could really ruin me in who we talking? So back in Michelle, happened real. That's us. Got a poster child symbol for black love. It's our marriage is still had to go to them stage.
Every time we think the fight between Remy Ma and Papoose is over, something even more ridiculous comes to light. A contentious custody battle seems likely given Papoose's determination to obtain exclusive custody of their daughter, Remy Ma. The fact that Remy and Papoose have been at odds for some time may not be widely recognized. Remy has even accused Papoose of domestic violence, claiming that she brought their daughter to her lover and cheated on him. Regretfully, it seems that things are becoming worse, as sources indicate that when he confronted her about her infidelity, she allegedly left their daughter, leaving him to raise the child by himself. Papoose is genuinely requesting full custody in his divorce. Let's examine this for nearly 10 years. Papoose. Remy Ma and Papoose were considered one of the most resilient couples in hip-hop. Despite facing an 8-year jail sentence, public criticism, and the demands of the music industry, their love story served as a monument to dedication, perseverance, and in a field that is notorious for shattering couples. It also inspired songs. Papoose in particular was thought to be a strong team, as an expression of loyalty, debunking the notion that hip-hop collaborations are unpredictable and fleeting. No, it has nothing to do with Papoose, but in recent years, controversy has shattered their ostensibly unbreakable bond. Due to claims of adultery, acrimonious disagreements, and even domestic abuse, their once wonderful love tale has turned into a turbulent public dispute. How had it come to this? How did two people who appeared to be in love end up disparaging each other on social media? Let's examine the beginning of Remy Ma and Papoose's romance, their subsequent decline in popularity, and before we get into their romance, let's talk about Remy Ma's artistic background. Miss Annie Up was a significant figure in hip-hop, and more than just a female rapper. Because of her bombshell claims, fans are suddenly doubting everything they thought was real. Born on May 30th, 1980, in the Bronx, New York, Remy Smith had a difficult childhood. She had to mature quickly, and despite witnessing drug usage in her family, she frequently looked after her younger siblings. Remy was well known for her toughness and her innate ability to rhyme. She immediately established herself in the combat rap scene. Her major break occurred when, after his death, Pun recognized her potential and mentored her. She became an essential member of Fat Joe's Terror Squad, and he continued to mentor her. Remy's career took off after she appeared on the popular song Lean Back in 2004. Because of her confident manner and clever delivery, she proved that women could compete in the male-dominated market with her. 2006 CD. There's something about Remy that comes from a genuine story. Remy's life took an unexpected turn in 2007 as a financial disagreement developed. Just as she was poised to dominate the music industry with her extraordinary narrative and poetic skills, was suspected of stealing $3,000, even though the incident resulted in an 8-year prison sentence that unexpectedly halted her blossoming career. One guy supported her when many thought her romance and career were lost. Despite never being well-known, Brooklyn-born Papoose, also known as Shamel Mackey or Papoose Pools, gained notoriety in the underground rap community for his witty wordplay and socially conscious lyrics. His birth took place on March 5, 1978. Papoose's many mixtapes demonstrate how well-known his lyrical skills were. His most noteworthy quality was his devotion to Remy when we initially met in the early 2000s. Papoose and Remy Ma bonded right away. Beyond their mutual love of hip-hop, they had deeper values that underpinned their relationship. When Remy was sentenced to prison in 2008, Papoose was inspired to make a big commitment because he admired her for her courage, determination, and fortitude. The wedding that was supposed to happen there that year was called off after Papoose was accused of trying to escape with a skeleton key. Despite this setback, he remained committed, visiting her often and fighting for her release for years. Remy received support from Papoose, which is uncommon in a field where males are expected to when difficulties occur. It's usually best to move on. When Remy was eventually released in 2014, he was present to welcome her. They immediately got married, started making appearances on Love and Hip Hop, and relished the life they had been compelled to postpone. New York fans loved the show. Several of its couples experienced public humiliation, adultery, and sad breakups. Fans praised Papoose's unwavering support for Remy and frequently cited their relationship as a brilliant example of Black love. Their love story felt even more complete with the birth of their daughter Remy. Papoose and Remy had a loving and committed relationship. Even though Remy and Papoose had always presented themselves as a strong duo, fans began to notice that they were not going out as much. Kenzie, also known as the Golden Child, seemed to be doing well in 2018, but by 2023, Remy Ma was allegedly having an affair with Easy of the Block Captain, a battle rapper. The allegations grew more intense when rapper Guy Chatty challenged Easy of the Block Captain to a live rap duel.
They said I held you down in prison for 6 years.
Remy, who was present as well, chuckled uneasily to downplay the incident. But the damage had already been done. Izzy made an effort to remain calm while refuting rumors that Papoose had assaulted her backstage because of the alleged infidelity. He said, "You guys want something bad to happen to me so bad? Of course it's the same as hating men and females. But y'all should get this story straight before y'all speak." In another tweet, he blamed the unfavorable response on the BMS supporters. "Even though I know who I am, there was a chance that I would be harmed while steaming like a happy person, and that is unacceptable. Now that I've given two Fs about no one, we're not friends, and I finally understand." He asked Papoose to come out and explain that real guys do real things. Remy first denied that he had approached Izzy, but Papoose's response was predictable, saying, "I'd like to clear these rumors up before I do. Having an affair with someone else's spouse and then expecting him to come forward and defend you is utterly ridiculous. Please quit lying like Izzy and Papoose because there is no place like Chrome." In August 2024, things began to go wrong, and in a shocking turn of events, Remy and Papoose's relationship completely collapsed, making it difficult for them to maintain the facade that everything was well. "I apologize to everyone who was upset that we didn't get 3 or 4 rounds from every opponent I tried tonight." Remy disclosed alleged texts that implied Papoose and World Boxing Champion Clarissa Shields were cheating on Shields. She also said that Papoose was not as faithful as he had claimed to be and that he had threatened to make her private images and videos public, saying, "Papoose, you dummy. Hey, Miss Shields. He followed your instructions, but not before I recorded your conversation on tape. Oh, and he was taking me into custody." The woman who hadn't cheated on him in 17 years was planning to ruin me with one of his girls. "She could have exploited my position to expose you. I received all of your messages and girl recommendations while I was away, and he was keeping me down. Imagine that he was going to say that he came up with my rhymes if anything was private. Gives information about myself," she claimed to have been faithful throughout the period. She wrote, "They miss Shields, and two have never cheated on him. It was him because he was adept at threatening that. It's me who has the bag, and my employer won't just remark, 'Oh,' and he's never going to buy you anything because he thinks he's the prize. He took out a giver. Please stop playing with me because your partner is furious since I'm happy and not the enemy you desire. I know you feel foolish, but I'm a good woman with only one boyfriend, just as I've only been married once. You also appear foolish? I regret to inform you that Remy is a narcissist. She has a history of cheating," he said. She's playing the I've asked for a divorce a lot card now that I've finally moved on after she read my mind. In response, Papoose claimed that Remy had been trying to end their union for years and accused him of being the real liar. He referred to her as a narcissist and implied that she had been affecting the public's perception of their relationship. I would prefer not to engage in social media folly because my 6-year-old daughter has to go to school. Chase used social media in a mature and responsible manner. Asterisk, you see, I said absolutely nothing. He concluded by saying, I will never get anyone arrested again. He said, you are the one who played with the police. Lying about history that happened in front of the world is pathetic, and falsifying text messages that you claim are from more than 10 years ago just to create a false narrative and justify cheating is narcissistic behavior. Then the most serious accusation was made. There were even rumors that the police had been summoned to their home after Remy claimed that Papoose had beaten her during a quarrel. Papoose? So you